Welcome to Mojo Travels, and today we're counting down our picks for the best affordable family destinations across the world.
Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Mojo Travels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we're looking at the most stunning destinations that are relatively affordable for families if you travel wisely. We're often highlighting places that have very expensive reputations and offerings, but that also have excellent cost-effective avenues to explore. Koh Samui, Thailand. The second largest island in Thailand, Koh Samui has seen a surge of tourism thanks to its increase of hotels, reaching almost 18,000 rooms by 2015. While some hotel rooms are reserved for the 1%, less expensive lodging options go as low as $24 per night for singles and couples. Who needs a fancy private villa when you can bask in Koh Samui's natural splendour for free? Well, free might be an exaggeration, as you'll need money for transportation. With anywhere between $30 to $50 per person though, you're free to seek out Koh Samui's secret seashores like Samrong Beach and Thong Son Bay. Temples like Wat Phra or Big Buddha may be plated in gold, but it won't cost anything to enter. Setting aside another $30 to $50 for daily meals, Koh Samui's luxurious sights will make one feel as if they're spending far more than they actually are. Vienna, Austria. The key to a cost-effective vacation is to find a place that emphasizes sightseeing. Beyond transformation, it doesn't cost anything to see rich architecture and, in some cases, go inside. In a condensed cultural hub like Vienna, you won't need to spend that much on getting around. Landmarks like St. Stephen's Cathedral and the Hofburg are close enough that you can hop between destinations on foot, bike or scooter. If you need to give your legs a rest, a Vienna bus pass costs around $60 per day. In addition to the free museums and parks, Vienna regularly throws open-air festivals and even screenings outside venues like Vienna State Opera. Once you've landed in Vienna, a bulk of your budget will probably go towards the hotel. Save money by staying in an outer district like Playa, which still isn't too far from the action. Goa, India. In Goa, you'll experience a side of India we rarely see in popular media. Sweetening the deal, you'll see it at a fair cost. Being a coastal state, Goa's white sand beaches are right at your disposal. Goa is also considerably smaller and less populated than most other Indian states, meaning you won't feel too overwhelmed by crowds. There's a quaint charm to landmarks like Basilica of Bom Jesus and humble dishes like Goan fish curry. It's the ideal Indian destination for visitors who just want to kick back and watch the sunset. That's not to say Goa is without its grandiose sights. The waterfalls, in particular, are rushing marvels that give Goa the essence of a lost kingdom that's somehow flown under the radar. On $70 to $90 per day, you can take advantage of Goa's numerous free amenities. Victoria, British Columbia. Named after Queen Victoria, this Canadian haven is worthy of royalty, but it's equally accommodating for those with about $170 to spend per day. Walking down any street, you'll quickly understand how Victoria earned a reputation as the Garden City. The mid-climate and blooming flowers make for one of the most naturally colourful destinations north of the US border. Even legendary buildings like the Empress Hotel are engulfed in nature, amplifying the majesty of the architecture. If you opt for a cheaper hotel than the Empress, we'd still suggest passing by on a walking tour. While many scenic destinations are open to the public, it is worth paying a minimum of $21.15 to experience the wonders of Busch Art Gardens. Wherever Victoria takes you, you'll want to stop and smell every rose. Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Once upon a time, Playa del Carmen was a modest fishing village. While this resort city has expanded considerably since then, it still possesses a welcoming siren that calls out to economical travelers. For as low as $130 per night, visitors can make the most of Playa del Carmen's white sand beaches, festive art scene, or a little of both. Parque Los Fundadores' entrance is a wholly unique gateway to turquoise waters, adventurous playgrounds, and Mayan performances. Mayan culture also runs through the nearby ruins with no shortage of sightseeing opportunities. Like the best affordable destinations, Playa del Carmen is a living work of art, from the buildings on Fifth Avenue to the wonders of the reefs. Playa del Carmen is a living work of art, from the buildings on Fifth Avenue to the wonders of the reefs to the trinkets lining market shelves. There's an overarching sense of unity that appeals to travellers of every background. Lisbon, Portugal. The Globalization and World Cities Research Network has granted Portugal's capital Alpha status. This might lead some to believe that a trip is out of their price range. Although Lisbon can set one back, it can also be surprisingly affordable if you spend wisely. In the central district of Barrio Alto, there isn't a more atmospheric way to see the historic architecture than aboard Tram 28, which will only cost $4 per person. It's a sweet deal, especially if you're travelling with your family. And while the tram can't take you everywhere, Lisbon has a variety of other sites with reasonable entry fees. A triumph of modernism and gardening, Eduardo VII Park is free to the public, although readers may want a few euros on hand when the book fair comes to town. Reading that book on the bench, you'll find that Lisbon offers so much for so little. Dubrovnik, Croatia. Game of Thrones viewers will immediately notice that parts of Dubrovnik resemble King's Landing and Karth. That's because this World Heritage Site served as a filming location for the HBO phenomenon, but that doesn't mean you need a Lannister's wallet to afford a trip. On the contrary, you can have a Westeros experience for just under $200 per day. Dubrovnik isn't purely for George R.R. Martin fans, however. The walls of Dubrovnik and Dubrovnik Cathedral have fascinating backstories in their own right. You can absorb the knowledge of Old Town by simply strolling through the streets. And while not overrun with beaches, Dubrovnik isn't lacking in free spaces to sunbathe. For the most all-encompassing vantage point, a cable car ride allows kids 4 and under to board for free. Brittany France. You've likely told yourself that you are never going to see France because it's just far too expensive. You need to think outside of Paris, however. Upon expanding your horizons, you'll find that France has quite a few affordable destinations. Brittany is one of them, with smart spenders able to get by on as little as $140 a day. Don't feel like you're settling for a lesser experience though. Aside from being financially friendly, this French peninsula is an ideal summer getaway with golden coastal destinations like St. Malo. The spirit of summer can also be felt as you cycle across the waterfront. Heading inland, prepare to be enchanted by the beautiful village of Lochronan and the lush green forests. For students studying abroad, Brittany is truly among the most underrated destinations, especially if you're saving for next semester. Valletta, Malta. They say the best things in life are free, and few destinations encapsulate this phrase better than Valletta. Settled on the main island of Malta, this capital is a cornucopia of sites that won't cost a cent to see, but you'll feel like you're spending a fortune just standing in their presence. Within the city walls await centuries-old landmarks like St. John's Co-Cathedral and the Lower Baraka Gardens. The saluting battery not only provides a striking view, but visitors can still watch the cannons fire for under $10. It's also well worth paying extra for a tour of the tunnels. There are a few museums to look at, but with ancient churches and buildings packed into every corner, Valletta itself has been described as an open-air museum, as well as Europe's sunniest city. Tenerife, Canary Islands. Of the 8 main Canary Islands, Tenerife is the biggest, most populous, and most visited, with nearly 5 million annual tourists. In addition to being breathtakingly diverse, Tenerife will make for an unforgettable vacation without bleeding your wallet dry. Whether you'd rather chill on the beach, explore the valleys, or stare in awe of the volcanic tubes, the island is an open buffet of different experiences to taste. A single traveller can get by on as low as $130 a day, while families can afford to spend almost 3 times that. All ages will appreciate the Carnival of Santa Cruz and other festivals. The best vacations give back more than what you paid for. In Tenerife's case, you'll be rewarded with sprawling natural landscapes, reliably scenic weather, and the starriest nights you'll ever lay eyes on.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Mojo Travels, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.